Hey guys, and welcome back to the Board Game Basement. Once again, it is just me, Thomas, and today I am here to unbox this absolute monster, which is Fireball Island. Now, it's interesting because this box is much larger than I actually thought it was. I just got done unboxing Root. That video will probably be up before this video, the Root Riverfolk expansion unboxing. So coming from that teeny tiny little box crammed full of stuff, this is huge, but it doesn't weigh as much as it looks like it would. It's actually quite light in terms of weight, so that's kind of interesting. Anyway though, as I had to do in my last unboxing, I've got this little putty scraper essentially that we're going to be using to open these shrink wrap. I always want to call it saran wrap, but it's not saran wrap, it is shrink wrap. The box is honestly not as sturdy as I'd like it to be. It's a cheaper quality cardboard than most mainstream games. However, the cover, the top, is actually very nice because it has a mix of sort of matte and gloss effects. So that's kind of interesting. Either way, let's open this box up. I really don't have any idea what to expect as to how this is packaged. So yeah, it's actually a pretty cheap little slip cover, but it does have some pretty sweet art. Now I'm actually going to slide over right here so that I can fit some of this in the frame. Let me fix the camera for just a second. Alright, so we got a wider angle now, so I think it'll be a lot easier to get all of this in the frame. So, anyways, lots of components. We've got lots of little plastic trays. I very rarely see tissue paper in these things. More, wow. And then another board piece. So we've got 3 board pieces in total, which we'll assemble this in a minute and I'll show you guys a better view. We've got a bag just loaded full of goodies. We'll take a look at that as well. We've got an instruction manual. It's a little wrinkled up, but it's actually mostly just the components in here. It's a nice fold-out instruction manual showing all the components. I'll make sure that I've got everything before I conclude this video probably. All right, let's get out of here. We've got Vul-Kar, because it technically is not just Fireball Island, it's technically Fireball Island, the Curse of Vul-Kar, and this right here is Vul-Kar in the flesh, or in the plastic, whatever you want to say. We've got a little deck of cards right here, still in shrink wrap as well. And then at the very bottom of this, if we can get it to come out, is a punch board loaded up with goodies as well. So that's pretty much everything for what's actually in this flimsy little box. So yeah, I'm kind of a little interested in, it's very interesting box material. I'm not exactly terribly happy with the material, but the actual components of the game are pretty nice. So I'm going to punch all this stuff out and then we'll take a look at the assembled board as well. Alright, so we've actually punched everything out and I realized that there are technically 2 things that we have to assemble. So there is the, if you can see on here, the Hello Chopper and also the Maw, as it says. So we're going to have to assemble that according to those instructions. I'm going to push this stuff away and we're going to try to actually assemble this without breaking anything. So, wish me luck. Alright, ta-da! I got the Maw set up. Every time I say the Maw, it makes me think about the character from Avengers Infinity War with Thanos' Black Order. But yeah, that is the Maw, the Ebony Maw, whatever you want to call it. It looks like a little sled, but I think it's a little more menacing than a sled. So now I have to assemble the Hello Chopper, not the helicopter. You know, I don't quite understand how the Hello Chopper is quite supposed to fly because it doesn't have the little rotors on top, but either way I assembled it and didn't break a single piece of cardboard that wasn't intended to be broken. So I'm going to get this board set up, I'm going to set whatever the heck this stuff up, you know, whatever this is supposed to be, I'll set it up, and we'll take a look at the board. So be right back once again. Okay, so I've actually taken over the camera. I've taken manual control for a moment because what I want to show off is the actual way that this board is set up. So if you don't quite realize exactly what's going on here, it's essentially a 3-piece plastic board right here, and it has this little gap in the middle. So this piece actually comes off and it essentially sets on top of there, and that is how the thing actually goes. There's also these little ladder pieces, and there's these bridges and these palm trees, which I had to assemble myself, and they all just sit in there. Now, Vul-Kar, who is this thing right here, comes out of that bag and he goes and sits right up there. So what these are actually for is essentially you set them up, and let's see, this is the helipad side. So it sits right there, and then this Vul-Kar piece sits on this side to hide sort of the undercarriage of the game. So now that we've got the board set up, I'm going to go back in that chair and finish the unboxing. There's a lot more going on in this game than I initially anticipated that there is. So I just opened the bag that contained all of these marbles. So there are different colored marbles. There's like 5 of these more cherry colored marbles, and then there are 7 of these more orangey colored marbles. I don't yet know the difference between them. There's also this little crystal and rock, which I don't, again, really know what this does. I just dropped it. There we go, got it back. And also this little translucent lava-looking die. It's all very thematic. There's also these 4 little dude mans right here. We got a yellow dude man, a green dude man, a blue dude man, and a purple dude man. So that's cool, I guess. Yeah, it's pretty cool. We've also got all of these little tokens, which is what I punched out earlier. There are 3 varieties. There are these little gold coins, these little blue dragons, and these red, whatever those are. I don't really know what they are. And there's also this little cataclysm thing over here, which is essentially a tracker that you use throughout the game. Now, the last thing that is really left to do is to open this little bunch of cards. So as soon as we do that and we take a look at these, we'll pretty much have unboxed this whole game. Like I said, there really is a lot going on in this game, despite it being what is essentially just a more complex version of like a roll to move, because it's not quite roll to move, but it's sort of along those lines. There's a lot more going on than it's not like it's Candyland, essentially. It's sort of like Candyland, but for gamers, if you will, I guess is probably the best way to put it. So I was actually able to open these cards all by myself, no need for fancy schmancy tools. That is pretty much the entirety of the unboxing of Fireball Island. I'm super excited to get my hands on this game. As I said, there's a lot going on here, and I am so excited to get to play this with my play group. We'll definitely be having this on the Board Game Basement because I think you guys will love it. I know I'm going to love it, and I hope you guys will too. That's all I have for you guys today. If you have any feedback, anything that you'd like to leave down in the comments, please do say that. If you have any experiences with Fireball Island, or if you'd like to see us do anything in particular with Fireball Island, do let us know. We do gameplay, reviews, strategy, how-to, all kinds of things, and we'll hopefully have at least some of that on the channel very, very soon. For now, though, that's all I have for you guys today. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time in the Board Game Basement.